Okay, it is time to talk about the 4-axis and 3D contour toolpath. That's our toolpath. So we can create it again, but let me show you that what I did. I'm gonna click the backplot options. That's my tool. That's my profile geometry, and I'm gonna click on that. So you can see that that's my 4-axis toolpath. Okay, I'm gonna click G1 options. That's my, okay, let me turn it off. Okay, I'm gonna click on that one. So yeah, that's my 4-axis toolpath. Okay, I think that's enough. Okay, let me show you how can I created that toolpath. That is a normal toolpath, contour toolpath for in the 2D options. After that, I select my tool. After that, I'm gonna turn back the cut parameters. That's my cut parameters. Compensation type can be off mode and contour type 3D. Of course, that is a compensation direction, but I don't want to use the lead in out options, so that's why it's not important in that case. In linking parameters, you need to be also careful about that. You need to select incremental options. As you can see that parameters, you cannot select your absolute or incremental options, because in 3D toolpaths you don't have a choice. That's only incremental options for depth. So that's why Mastercam doesn't allow you to select your options in that parameters. So don't worry about that. So I'm gonna turn back to rotary axis control. In rotary axis, I'm gonna select axis substitution, substitute y-axis and CCV rotation and rotary diameter with my unroll tolerance. So that's it. Just only need to do that. After that, you can get your 4-axis toolpath. It's easy way. Okay, let me delete that and create it together. Okay, I'm gonna click right mouse button. I'm gonna click mill toolpath and contour toolpath. After that, of course, I need to select my geometry. That's my geometry. That's my direction, green to red. So I'm gonna click OK. That's my toolpath. That's my geometry. After that, that's my tool, of course. I also need to write my feed rate and cutting speed, of course. After that, I need to turn back linking parameters. Incremental, incremental, and incremental. I'm gonna write 1, 3, and 5. Okay, that's enough. After that, of course, I need to organize my rotary axis. I'm gonna click the axis substitution. Normal mode is no rotation. I'm gonna select axis substitution. Y-axis, of course, I need to write my rotary diameter, and that's it. And arc filter, maybe I can organize my arc filter. Okay, I'm gonna click OK. So that's it. Okay, sorry about that. Can you see that? That's my leading out options. That's not good in that case. Maybe leading is okay because of that, but of course I need to change my direction. As I said to you, in that compensation direction only affect when you use the lead in lead out options. If you selected compensation type, okay, I selected compensation type calculated by computer. That's my mistake. I need to select that one. Even if you select your compensation type off, you can see the lead in lead out options. Okay, because it is active right now. Also, I select left and for the compensation direction. Of course, that is affect our toolpath and axis and direction like that. Is the green one is important. So that's why I need to select on CAD parameters compensation direction right side if you intend to use the lead in lead out options. So I'm gonna select that one. Can you see that lead in is okay, but lead out is not okay, because I don't want to use that kind of stuff. That is not good for me. So I don't want to create that kind of toolpath. So in that case, I'm gonna click that button to cancel exit mode. So that's it. Okay, I don't want to use the lead out options, but only lead in options. So okay, that's enough for me. Of course, I also need to write my linking parameters -3, that is incremental. I'm gonna click regenerate my dirty operation. So that's it. Okay, that's my toolpath. I can turn back to G1 to get my NC code. Okay, it's created. So that's it. Okay, that's my toolpath. That's my lead-in options actually, and that is my normal Helix toolpath. Okay, of course in that case maybe you can use, and maybe we can use the arc filter to tolerate it. Okay, let me show you that. I am gonna use I don't want to use the entry options to show. Okay, let me turn it off. After that, I'm gonna show you my NC code. Okay, in that case, you can only see 2 or 3 line for that toolpath. Okay, that's only you need. Okay, that's good. Okay, I am here right now. That's my 4-axis coordinate. There's a little coordinate here because it's coming from the lead-in options, plunge rate. So I also need to change that. After that, I'm gonna click on that. Okay, yeah, you can see that you have and some knowledge about the G code, and because when you get the G code, maybe you need to check out it. After that, you can use it. Okay, that's enough for me. That's my, okay, I changed it, but that's my plunge rate, feed rate. That's my cutting speed, of course. Okay, I'm gonna turn back to and arc filter. That's my total tolerance. I'm gonna activate my smoothing settings. That's my smoothing settings. I intend to smooth my toolpath. I don't want to use the line arc fitting settings because, and when I select that one, I need to select my plane XY, XZ or YZ axis. So I don't want to use that one. So I just want to activate smoothing settings. After that, I'm gonna click on that one. Also regenerate my dirty operations. After that, I'm gonna click on the G code. Yeah, that's my G code. Okay, it's the same. So I think, okay, and what can I do? It's smoothing settings, but it doesn't work right now. I just want to intend to activate that one. Also, maybe I can write 0.01. Okay, Okay, it can be, okay, that's some segment options. Okay, let me turn back to G code. Of course, you need to check out your CNC machine and if it is activated or not. So you need to be sure about that, because when you activate G1 like this, okay, it's not good for you, because and your CNC control unit can be able to handle that kind of toolpath. If it is not possible, so don't activate that, because your CNC control unit and get that NC code. After that, and they need to join that and exact point with a smooth mode. So after that you can get and the same toolpath. So okay, what was wrong with the and off mode? Okay, let me turn back to off mode. Okay, when you don't use the arc filter normally, okay, and the toolpath property is same, but NC code is different. When you not activate that properties, you only get 2 line. So it means that you need to be careful about your sum and variables in CNC. As you can see that I am here right now, that is my 4-axis point. So while I am here, that's my point, that's my X point, okay, that's my X point first, I am on the X0, okay, Y0, it doesn't change. After that, that's my 4-axis. After that, I'm gonna use my tool LED offset. I'm gonna reach that point, I'm gonna reach that point with that feed rate. After that, there is a little movement here, okay, that's created by Mastercam to little leading properties, that is according to our tolerance. After that, you can see that I'm gonna reach that point by using that feed rate. Okay, I am here, I'm gonna get some little movement, so okay, don't care about that, that's not so important. After that, I'm gonna reach that point. Okay, that line and that line, what is the difference? That's my X point, of course. I am here right now. After that, I'm gonna reach that point, 120 millimeters almost. Okay, that's my Z point. Okay, that's my A point. So you can see that there is no difference between them. Okay, so you need to activate your CNC control some variables to handle that stuff. So maybe in a short term is activated, so only you can get 0.5 degree on your 4-axis. So you don't want that, because you just need to move here. You know that is the, yeah, in a, okay, and let me show you that it is right perspectives. Okay, that's my X0, that's my X0 distance, okay, on 4-axis point. Okay, So that is my 90 degree, that is my 180 degree, that's my 270 degree. Okay, this place also 360 degree, is that right? So okay, I'm gonna click on that. Can you see that that is and 325 degree, while you are considering, of course, that's perfect, that's perspective. Okay, that one. Okay, that's my degree. In that case also I can write minus 45. Okay, it's the same. So how can I say to my CNC, I'm gonna turn back on that way? Okay, that's my way, like this, or that's my way. So you need to say to my CNC control unit, I'm gonna use the long distance or short distance. So it is quite important for 4-axis operations. Okay, I just want to make that properties clear. So that's why it will be better for you to activate that properties, that's kind of toolpath. So in that case, I don't need to care about my CNC control variables. If you know, so it's not important. You don't need to open that properties. But if you are not sure, and I can recommend to open that properties to get line by line toolpath. So you don't need to care about your and variables on your CNC. Maybe and you can use CNC A, maybe you can use the CNC B. So and maybe the variables is different, so you don't need to care about that. Okay, when you select that one, you can get the line by line and little line by line toolpath. Of course, I'm gonna say that properties, if you select if you intend to use that properties, of course you also need to be care about your high speed properties in your CNC. If you have got an old CNC maybe, so that's also not good for that kind of NC code for you, because and your CNC code and your CNC control unit need to support that kind of NC code. So you know that it is little movement like this. Can you see that? What is the difference between the and that line to that line? So it is little line by line movement. So your CNC need to join all that and NC block, and by using normally the high speed or the sum and something like that. So after that it's everything okay for you. Okay, as you can see that, and preparing your toolpath is easy, but you need to be careful about that kind of stuff. After that, okay, and creating your toolpath is easy. Just select your geometry. That's my geometry. Okay, that's my and rotary axis control, axis substitution, y-axis substitution, and rotary diameter with unroll tolerance. So that's it. Okay, thank you very much. If you need any and post processor, or if you need any and question, don't hesitate to ask me on Udemy, so I will try to answer it. Thank you very much.